It's time for a cultural revolution. Not one of violence, but of consciousness. Our civilization is decaying from within, and it's not some politician or law that is going to save us. We are lost in noise, and there's nothing worth listening to, whether that's political incompetence, outdated education, ecological breakdown, or just the crisis of meaning that we find ourselves in. No real change is coming, and I've had enough of waiting for someone else to do it. And you should too. If we look at the world that we're in today, we see many issues. For example, education, it literally trains obedience. The model that is designed on was built for obedience. It doesn't train us how to think. It doesn't form individuals to join society and to be competent members of it. Politics, it rewards outrage, not wisdom. We are governing ourselves and our future with people that aren't truly prepared for this role. The media system that basically just monetizes and gains from division, not truth. The way we are acquiring information is by corrupt sources. Not necessarily because what they are saying is wrong, but because they have incentives behind what they are giving. Today, the individual is more connected than ever, yet more alone. We're seeing this in depression rates and anxiety rates and even suicide rates. These issues that I'm mentioning, they're not just like on the surface level things. They are kind of the things that explain the actual state of our world. We've got to understand that if we do not solve these as a human species, as a society, they get deeper and deeper and deeper. If we continue on this road and like letting our politics and our media lie and these things happen, it won't be solved by a law politician. It necessitates a difference in culture. It necessitates a real fundamental change in the way we operate as a society. Not just capitalism to socialism, not just education to another form of education, not just extra things in the curriculum. Our actual way of seeing the world needs to change. What I'm calling for is a cultural movement, one that reawakens society to the reality and dangers of today's society. One that re-educates in the media, in the politics, in education, and all around in what makes us human. What we need is a mass re-education of civilization. Our world is more complex than it ever was before, and no individual can just navigate it on its own. We need rails, we need structure, we need something more than what we're already given. The education system is incompetent, the media lies, and the politicians are in it for their own skin. This is wrong. People are confused, and the cost of confusion and ignorance is that citizens can't make the right choices. They can't participate fully to society. They are vulnerable to manipulation. The very fact that Donald Trump is in office and is the most powerful man in the world today shows us we went down a wrong road a long time ago. What we need is a cultural awakening, similar to the Renaissance or the Enlightenment, but one for the 21st century. The Renaissance began with artists and philosophers, not kings. The Enlightenment began with pamphlets and coffee shops and debates and discussions, not in the parliaments. I just want to clarify what exactly the Renaissance and the Enlightenment were, because these were two massive shifts in history, in Western civilization particularly, that pretty much made the world that we live in today. The world before the Renaissance was completely dominated by church authority, by dogma, superstition, and the fear of questioning. When the Renaissance come with philosophers and artists kind of questioning this reality and looking beyond, there were scientific rediscoveries, anatomy, art, architecture, philosophy, science, reason, beauty are all rediscovered in a different way. The big change was the in kind of philosophical movement of humanism, the fact that the most important thing in our lives is humans. It took away power from divine authority and gave it back to humans. This was a massive shift back in the time. One of the big things was the rediscovery of Greek and Roman text, which basically brought a massive amount of new ideas to the table of medieval Europe at that time, and it completely changed the world forever. The Enlightenment arguably is even more important and more substantial in terms of the history of Western civilization, because everything we know now. Literally, the Industrial Revolution happened because of it. The ideas of human rights, capitalism, secularism, the way we govern ourselves, reason, the scientific method. The world we live in today is completely downstream from the Enlightenment. This was a cultural revolution. Before the Enlightenment, it was basically ruled by the tyranny of the monarchs, the system of feudalism, where basically your place in life was guaranteed since birth because God said so. And the Enlightenment came about and completely shattered this idea, and it made so that every human is born equal. That idea comes from the Enlightenment. It was not like that before, and I hope you recognize that this is a massive shift in the way we worked. Another thing I'd like you to realize is the importance, or kind of the massive change of secularism. It's the idea that like God and government should be different. And today it might seem obvious, but back then this was crazy. But this change came during a cultural revolution. What I'm arguing by saying these 2 points in history is that we need the same. The times that we are living through ecological collapse, through nuclear risk, through the crisis of meaning, economic exploitation, and the things and the issues that we have on our horizon, they need to be solved not by some law being passed, but by a complete reforge of our society. Our mission now is to reintroduce a cultural revolution, similar to those times in history, born in debates, discussions, on camera, here in Bristol. This isn't left versus right, it's literally stupidity versus consciousness, ignorance versus awakening. I've left my entire life in France to come here to Bristol and to start this movement. I have nothing but a camera, a mic, a philosophy, and a lot of fucking determination. My mission is to guide humanity towards its best form. I don't have all the answers. My mission is to gather the people that do, and to find the best way forwards for humanity. I'm in Bristol now, speaking with students, professors, anyone I can get my hands on that can offer any help in this mission. This channel isn't entertainment. It's education for civilization. It's necessary for civilization. If we are to evolve, we must realize we are decaying. If you believe that our world can be better and that real change needs to come to society, well, you've just stumbled across the channel, the movement, and the person that is willing to make that change and to make the sacrifices for it. What I need now is supporters more than anything. I need editors, I need filmmakers, I need collaborators. What I need is allies. This mission starts now, and it starts with you. It starts with us. So, if you believe that a change can come to society and that someone needs to make it, realize the importance of this video. Realize the importance of this movement. Give me a follow. Get deeper into the rabbit hole of who I am and what I'm doing here. And try to reach out to me, or help me any way you can. Because humanity will not survive the times to come. Real change must come.